Europe Tier 3. Hello, I am the commentator for DRL. We are racing here, race 1, season 1, the first race of Europe Tier 3. Here at Cota, Circuit of the Americas, first opened in on the 21st of October 2012. Capacity of 120,000, 3.4 mile racing track, and obviously, if you don't know already, here in Austin, Texas, we have a lot of drivers out. We only have one driver going for Interpole. Interpole is a bonus point we have, a bonus point system we have in the league, which means if you set the fastest lap on intermediate tyres, you get a bonus point. And as it currently stands, all drivers are coming out on their dry set runner tyres, which means Comagum will automatically be issued the Interpole. So as we let him run on board, we'll run on board with his teammate in the half of Eddie, or Eden. He'll be the first driver to be setting a proper lap. He's got Williams just right off the back of it. So we come around to turn 1. Obviously DRS straight round down the start finish straight round. Sector 1 round turn 2, and this sector is quite tricky. I'm not quite a big fan of it. Sector 2, 3, 4 and 5. But Eden seems to be done it very nicely. Now we go into sector 2, around turn 6 and 7, 8 and 9, coming down. DRS protection point just here, where that line just crossed. Heavy braking down into gear 2, and gentle on the throttle. DRS open once again, down the back straight. This is where the speed trap is for Circuit of the Americas. Heavy braking now, again going into turn 12. Try not to hit the apex too much there. There's a sausage curb on the inside. You don't want to ride it too much. Used a lot of time with the touch. So coming around now, we're into sector 3 now. We've managed to catch up to a teammate ahead, who's testing his inter-lap at the moment. Coming round the long right-hander of turn 17 and 18. His teammate has moved out of the way, but I don't know if his teammate can validate there. He has not. But I don't think his teammate's really that bothered. He's come in, he hasn't even set his inter-lap, so Eden has set his lap at a 1:35 too early. Williams just behind, who had invalidated. Alpine just about to start his lap, and Alpine looking very shaky. We're about to start his lap on 50% DRS, so not great from him. And a Ferrari about to cross the line of Mangifa. He's about to start his lap. Mercedes, oh no, Ferrari just finished his lap, apologies. Leo with a 1:37.012, and Haroldinho, who is the lobby host for today, with a 1:36.184. And a very, very wide spread of times at the moment. And Dolowski just crossed the line with a 1:36.984. Leo had retired from the session. Not too sure why. Seems to be doing okay, but he has retired. Jeff Boom just crossed the line with a 1:35.435. We have an Alpine about to cross the line of Devo, who put himself to P5 with a 1:36.986. So quite a range of times at the moment. Still a lot of drivers yet to test their lap. I know we have an Aston Martin about to cross the line who just completed his lap. Where will Shaq put himself? He will put himself on provisional pole at the moment, just ever so slightly, by 600th quicker than Eden at the moment with a 1:35.133. So not too bad of a time. We have an Alfa Romeo who just crossed the line with a 1:37.251, slowest time of the session so far. Mustafa coming around the final corner. Don't want to be too heavy on the throttle there. Very nice time from Mustafa, even on medium tyres, with a 1:34.603. So Very, very quick time from Mustafa, even on a medium. Maybe too quick for tier 3, but very nice time from Mustafa. No one is still yet to set an into lap. Comagon had now come out on soft tyres, so that means all drivers, nobody will be setting a into lap. That's just Mandifa going very slowly, moving out of the way of the Aston Martin, who's already completed his lap. So not too sure. Jeffer Boom will be coming into the pits. Mika. Kevino currently yet to set a lap, as well with Mandifa and Comagon, who is just coming around the final corner now. So we're right on board with the Haas driver of Comagon. Surprised he didn't finish that lap of engine. He would have got a bonus point, but anyway, here we go down the start-finish straight. Sector 1, obviously heavy braking into gear 2, not gear 1. Coming round turn 2, tricky chicane of turn 3, 4, 5. Done it very nicely, hit the apex quite nicely. Now we're going into sector 2 of turn 7, 8 and 9. You don't want to put too much throttle in, you don't want to go too wide, so you don't want to ride to the curb too much here at Cota. Curb aren't really your best friend here around that track. Heavy braking into gear 2 at turn 11. Now switch to the throttle all the way up to gear 8. DRS open, that's DRS opening point. It's looking like a good lap in all fairness. Now heavy braking. This is the end of the speed trap. Heavy here braking. Don't want to ride that constant curb down into gear 2. This is the end of sector 2. We've got a purple middle sector. He's gone very wide round to turn 13 and 14. So that's not going to help his lap too much. Very nicely hit the apex there. A bit shaky with the wheel with the rear end. Now coming round the full right-hander of sector 3 of turn 15, 17, 18. Now the final corner, turn 20 corner track. He puts himself into P6, so with the 1:35.530. Not a great lap from him. We'll ride aboard with Mandifa, who's just trailing behind. He's got invalidated lap, so he's not going to be happy with that. Come on, gun. Obviously, just finished his lap. Not many drivers currently out on track at the moment. Comagon obviously just finished. We've got a Red Bull who's doing an out lap, and 2 drivers still yet to set a lap. But we'll ride on board with Mandifa, who's invalidated, but still using ERF. No, he's not. No, he's not. I thought he was still using his ERS, but he's not. He's currently the furthest driver, closest driver to be setting a lap at the moment. We're around the penultimate corner of turn 19. Will he continue with another lap, or will he come to the pit? He is going into the pit. So the next driver to cross the line will be Jeffer Boom, currently 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the session. The session runs are short qualifying and then a 50% race following after that. We have 14 drivers today. We only have 1 reserve driver today, actually, which is Leo Coco, who's retired from the session after his first lap, so currently P10 for the 1:37.012. We're right on board with Jeffer Boom, who's about to try the lap. It's good to see when drivers actually start their lap on full ERS. Actually turn it off when they come off the pitch. Heavy braking now, going into turn 1. Just slightly missed the apex, but he recovered it quite nicely there at turn 1. Now coming around turn 2 and 3, 4, 5. Quite aggressive, even on a controller, but on a wheel going through sector 1 of Cota. Swinging left, right, quite aggressive on the hand. Heavy, not heavy braking, but gentle braking going into turn 6 and coming out turn 9. A lot of drivers ahead of the Red Bull. Heavy braking going into gear 2. Has moved out of the way very nicely of Eden, but now down the back straight now with DRS open up into gear 8. Yellow flag ahead, but I think a couple of cars moving out of the way. maybe even a couple car getting in the way, which are now into gear 2, coming into sector 3 now. Aston Martin moving out of the way very nicely. Not a purple middle connector. McLaren is still in the way ahead, of which the McLaren is not on a hot lap. McLaren is also currently on medium tyre. So if that is Kevin, he might get a chance to get into pole to get a bonus point, but here we come round now, the long right-hander of sector 3, come around the penultimate corner. He's done a very nice lap, but he decided to abort the lap and come into the pit. Slightly in the pit wall. Noloski, the driver on Inted, however, he's already set his lap, so this lap will not count. The only drivers that can set an Inted lap at the moment is Mandifa and Kevino, who currently are out off tyres. Right on board with Kevino, one of the McLarens that are yet to set a lap time. So, starting with fully RF, a good sign. We started. Heavy braking going into turn 1. Very shaky coming out of turn 1. Now coming round to turn 3, 4, 5, turn 8, and this is where sector 1 ends. Very narrowly avoided track limit there from the McLaren. Now coming around to turn 9, turn 10, just a little move left on the wheel. Heavy braking once again going into turn 11. We have a large range of drivers at the moment. 5 minutes left in session. Cota that head in the Mercedes did not set a time and retired from the session. And we are currently riding forward with Kevino, and the Ferrari is just coming out of, going into turn 11 now, coming out of it to be the other driver to set a lap. As long as they don't invalidate, Kevino set a purple middle sector, so not too bad from Kevino. He's had a little shaky of a first sector, so he's going to want to redo his lap. Whether he'll come into the pit or whether he'll finish his lap, he'll have enough time to finish his lap come round, or will he actually, I'm not too sure. We'll have to see. He comes round a penultimate corner on turn 19, and he is going to finish his lap. Heavy braking going into turn 20, gear 2, easy on the throttle. Come across the line, where will it pop now? Only P11. Very shaky in sector 1 from him. A right on board with Mandifa, who's just coming through sector 3 now on the penultimate corner. He's invalidated his lap. I think that's the second time he's invalidated his lap, if I'm not mistaken, but he's starting his lap again. Let's see if he can keep his car on the track this time. Riding aboard through sector 1, quite wide in turn 1. Not much ERS of what he has. Try and use as much advantage of what he has at the moment through sector 1. You have done it quite nicely. You braked too much there. That's a bit off the track, and it's off that track again and invalidated again. And he's not got much time. Mustafa currently getting a soft tyre run. He's currently got a fastest lap on medium tyres with a 1:34.603. He's looking quite quick, almost too quick for tier 3, but we will discuss that after. Yeah, he does in the race, but coming down the back straight now, guy seems to be getting slightly more gloomier, potentially a bit of rain. Drivers can obviously see if it's going to rain or not. I cannot, but he's got another purple middle sector. So purple just saw a tiny bit of rain there in sector 3. So it is starting to drizzle a tiny bit. To anyone quite far down on the leaderboard, it won't be able to improve their time that much. Mustafa currently got the best advantage at the moment, coming around the final penultimate corner of turn 19. And heavy braking going into turn 20. Going to improve his lap time from a 1:34.6 to a 1:34.4. Not that much of an improvement, only 2/10 from medium to soft, but still nevertheless a good improvement. Comagon not far behind. He has done his lap, We've got a 134.692, so not a bad lap from McGon. Jeffer Boom also currently on the lap. McLaren about to cross the line. McLaren about to start his lap, but a lot of drivers, Haroldinho hasn't validated, and then Alfa Romeo currently behind the Alpine, currently on the lap, will ride aboard the Alpine. He'll be the next driver to set their lap. Who seems to be going quite close, so we'll ride aboard with the Haas. Comagan and also behind. We'll go back to Jeffer Boom then, I guess, who will be the next driver to cross the line with a good lap time. Only 1 minute 20 left in the session. Didn't see if he got a purple middle connector, but rain is starting to fall a bit more heavier now. Jeffer Boom currently sitting on a 135.435. Devo has said the rainfall is too much, I'm not going to improve. P9 is good for me. Coming around the final corner now, heavy braking. Dr. Gear 3 will he improve from P6. Yes, he will, but only by one position to a 135.2. So stays on the third row of the grid. There is an Alpine behind him of Mustafa, who is going again. Only 40 seconds left in the session. Don't think anyone can beat him. There's not many drivers left to set a lap or even start a lap. Mandifa is coming around the final corner to hopefully finally get a lap in. Doesn't have much ERS left, and I think he ran out of fuel. No, he set a lap, apologies, set a lap, 138.919, so not bad. Quite a range of time, 4 seconds different, over 4 seconds different from pole position to P13. Mustafa taking pole position here at Cota for tier 3. Mustafa with a 134.441. Comagon, the 2 Haas drivers, same as Monday in Miami. 2 Haas drivers were looking very quick in qualifying, but the rate said otherwise. But hopefully these 2 Haas drivers can keep it well on the track. They're both starting P2 and P3. McLaren not looking that great here. Dalowski and Kevino. And I don't think there's another team that had 2 drivers. Mercedes do. Haroldinho and Coconut. Is there another team here that had 2 drivers? Ferrari. Leo Coco also not doing that well in the Ferrari. But those are the lap times. King Shaq in P4 and the Aston Martin. Jeffer Boom in P5 managed to improve his lap time by 1 position. Quite impressive in the rain, to be honest. Ato Corral, or Cal, Spanish driver, currently in P6 in the Williams. Haroldinho in P7, Dalowski in P8, and we ride aboard Mandifa coming into the pit. Rainfall's got very heavy now. Devo in P9, Leo P10, Kevino P11, Mika P12 in the Alfa Romeo, Mandifa P13, and there's still 1 driver left on the track who has finished their lap, so that will be the end of qualifying. That is our grid for the race, and it will be interesting to see whether the race will be raining or not. But that's the qualifying of EU Tier 3. I will see you in a moment for the formation lap of Europe Tier 3. I'll turn the card down in a second when I get access to settings. here we go, under the safety car. Formation lap. Second time to charm. How many of you have we got watching this? We have 18 people. Hello, all 18 of you. Apology that I did not commentate yesterday. I went bowling with the owner. Ooh, look at me. Went bowling with the owner. Do not. We are cousins in real life. So had a little family day trip out. But I am back today for tier 3. I really want to drink this. Just give me 1 sec. Here we go, coming around the penultimate corner. Maybe. I've got a feeling that Mustafa might be too quick for tier 3, but nevertheless, a lot of drivers starting on different tyres. Mustafa's currently starting on the soft tyres. Komagum just behind him, starting on the mediums, where the lower tiers are where champions are born, and they get developed through the tiers. Obviously, their times increase. But here we go, 3.4 mile racing circuit track here at the Circuit of the Americans. We are moments away, right on board with Mustafa to see his POV of the lights. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights, and we are underway. 5 red lights. Comicon's got a not as good start to Mustafa, but Mustafa got underway very nicely. King Shark pressing Comigon already, and is currently side by side with Comigon going through sector 1, but seems to be backing out of that one. Seems to be clear fighting so far through the back of the grid. Coconut Head has made its way through the field quite nicely. Ferrari ahead quite low. I have literally no idea what's going on. Everyone's teleporting everywhere. I'll watch someone that isn't lagging. With a tiny bit of contact with a Williams and Red Bull. Red Bull has lost its front wing, and there's now a virtual safety car. I saw the contact between the Red Bull and the Williams of the Atorcal. Only a virtual safety car, so we'll be moments away from getting away very shortly. Seems to be the same weather that happened in qualifying. That rain is inevitable to fall any second, so some drivers on hard tyres may be punished for going on the slower compounded tyre. But good start from King Shaq to improve from P4 to P5 at the moment. Deloski has improved significantly from P8 to P5. Coconut Head has done a huge jump from P14 to P8, so very good work from him. Everyone's currently still clear of penalties, so Jeff Aboob's obviously struggling going around the track with his no front wing. Going to be coming in to the pits, as well as the Alpine will be coming into the pits. Don't think that Alpine has any damage. But right important, I want to see what the Alpine and Rebel do. Rebel do will obviously change its front wing. Alpine will also be changing their front wing. Maybe there's a tiny bit of contact from the Alpine. Jeff Boom putting on the hard tyres, so it might not be raining. And Alpine comes out just ahead of the Red Bull. We are currently underway again. I just thought it was a safety car, so I started talking about everything and anything, but Haroldinho currently with a track limit penalty, 3-second time penalty already. We see him go down the inside of Jalowski in turn 11. Very nice move from Haroldinho. Close fight between these. Coconut Head and as we ride on board with Jalowski going down the inside of Haroldinho. And he made the move stick. He has made the move stick. Haroldinho's very close behind. Currently soft tires working very nicely for Jalowski at the moment. As we see a couple drivers further behind currently ghosting. Coconut Head currently ghosting at the moment. That'll be easy for Kevino to pass. As we see Atorkel get a 3-second penalty to join the gang, penalty gang. Mustafa currently bridged the gap to 1.9 seconds to Mustafa, who's just set a fastest lap of a 1:45.08 on this soft tyre. I presume with Jeff Boom pitting, actually I'll take that back, Atorkel has snatched the fastest lap off Mustafa, so he seems to be doing quite well at the moment on those soft tyres. Got Haroldinho ahead, he's close enough to make the move. Big King Shaq as well, currently fighting with Eden right behind as well. We have a 3-way fight for P2 at the moment, a 3-way fight for P5, 2-way fight for P9, and Mandifa currently chasing down Coconut Head. The two go. Very nice, we won't watch that fight. But these two, DRS should be now enabled, if I'm not mistaken. Indeed it is. King Shaq will not be close enough. He doesn't actually have DRS on Komagon, but he will have the slipstream from the hat ahead. Eden and King Shaq still quite close, and we ride on board with 8 Nori. Going down the inside of the Mercedes on the soft tyres. Very nicely done, and you're going to keep the move stuck. Haroldinho going down the inside of the Williams. Making contact with the Williams. I'm not sure why ghosting is on. Ghosting should be off. And we see Mika go a little bit shaky coming out of turn 15 with the Williams of Atorkel all over the back of him. Stafford retaken the fastest lap. Won't be fastest lap for the Williams this lap with that little spin. Don't know if he's going to pit with front wing damage. He does not have any front wing damage. Alfa Romeo looking very slidey and shaky there. The Williams drive going to want to get past him. What the fuck is going on? As soon as possible. And to go down the inside of the McLaren, who just lagged ahead of him, but he's not going to give that one up. He's gone back around the outside of the Williams. The Williams going to have much more significant speed of going side by side. McLaren's backed out of that fight, but good fight between the two of them through sector 1. Now the Williams is going to be fighting the Alfa Romeo to get past him as soon as possible. Currently only lap 4 out of 28, with the Alfa Romeo going slightly wide out of turn 9. Right on board with Eden, who's currently chasing down King Shaq for a current podium spot. Not going to be close enough to King Shaq at the moment. We'll go back to the Williams, who's deploying a lot of ERS to get past the Alfa Romeo. He has got past the Alfa Romeo. Cut back across quite aggressively there. But the Alfa Romeo going to fight that one back? No, he's not going to back out of that one. Alfa Romeo looking very shaky with the rear end. Leo Coco with another 3-second time penalty. So if I'm not mistaken, that should be 6 seconds to the Ferrari Leo Coco, who's currently a tier 2 driver. He is reserve driving for this race. Not too sure what is going on with him in all fairness, but Eden, the 2 Haas drivers looking pretty good. at the moment. Not many drivers on high percentage of ERF at the moment. Mika currently chasing down the Williams. Mika's rear end looking very unstable here around the circuit of the Americas. But he's currently chasing down the Williams. And he's also got the McLaren behind him, waiting to join the fight. Obviously, bonus point for the race. Boom just taking the fastest lap on hard tyres in comparison to Mustafa on the soft tyres. No, he's looking pretty quick in all fairness on the hard tyres. It's pretty impressive how he's managed to get the fastest lap on those hards. As I was saying, what was I saying before actually? Bonus points. Bonus points, we have driver of the day. I pick a driver of the day, whoever improves the most or does the best, may I say, gets a bonus point. Entered pole, obviously, has not happened. Nobody set a lap on entered, so nobody will be getting entered pole. You're meant to set a entered lap before you do a soft run lap, and no one did do that. We're currently riding ball with Mika, who's chasing down the Williams to get back in position. Williams looked very quick getting past Mika, but Mika seems to be every corner he gets through seems to be losing the rear end quite significantly. So currently chasing down the Williams. A little bit of track limit there from Mika, but riding the ball with King Shaq, who's currently chasing down P2, and Eden just trailing behind him at the moment. So we've currently got a three-way fight for P2. Mustafa had very clearly taken the lead on the soft tyre with a 2.7 second gap. He seemed to have messed up slightly. He's losing his rear end significantly. He's burned through the soft tyre quite quickly. So Comagon needs to take advantage of that on the medium tyre. We have a Leo Coco, who just retired from the session, and that is a safety car. Not too sure what happened there. Maybe a tiny bit of contact, but not too sure what happened. So that gives Mustafa the opportunity to dive into the pit to get rid of the soft tyre that we've just seen him struggle a tiny bit on. That will be our third retirement for Tier 3. Here around Cota. The calendar is made. If you are interested, the calendar is made for Cota. Not Cota, for Tier 3. It's currently on the companion app. Big thanks to Craig for doing the companion app for us and for DRL. Much appreciated. The calendar is up for EUT3. I'm just yet to make the graphic for it. I will be making a graphic as soon as possible. I'll be riding with Mustafa. Will he be coming into the pit? Will he not? He's not going to come into the pit. So Comagon is going to come into the pit. He is going to come in. We'll ride aboard. I don't know if it's going to rain or not. It seems to be. That looks like it's going to rain. Will he put an intermediate tyre? Will he take the gamble now? Or is he going to pit onto soft tyres? A lot of drivers behind are pitting. He's put on the soft tyres, and he's going to be sitting right behind Mustafa. So Mustafa's going to be very slow as we see the Williams speed into the pit lane with a 5-second time penalty. King Shaq also on the soft compounded tyres, Eden on the medium compounded tyres, and the McLaren behind also on the medium compound, maybe potentially trying to go the long run. I see a lot of drivers going on soft tyres, potentially maybe if rain comes, but I can see the sun slightly coming out in the background, so there might not be any rain coming in. Manifa has stayed out, but that might be his AI. Boom has stayed out on the hard tyres, but he seems to be pretty quick on the hard tyres. So in all fairness, I don't really blame him for staying on the hard tyres. He did set a faster lap than Mustafa, who's currently leading the race. Mustafa on the soft tyres and Boom on the hard tyres. We're going to ride aboard Mustafa because he's currently behind the safety car, and he's got a lot of cars riding behind him. So if he pits now, he's going to lose a lot of time. And a lot of positions as well. You'll be under safety car. If you're under safety car and you pit, you lose about 50% of the safety car time duration. Not too sure what the time is around Cota, maybe 24 seconds, but it dropped down to like 12. But Mustafa's going to be very slow going around Cota, especially on the soft tyres, on 6 lap old comma gun in the half. Right behind him on the soft, King Shaq also on the soft tyres right behind him. And we're going to ride a we will see Mustafa coming to the pit. No, he's not. Eden on the medium tyre, so potentially going to try and last to the end of the race on the medium. I think what the soft runners are doing are gambling on another safety car. With the way that league racing goes, nothing against the drivers, but the way league racing goes in general, it's very common to see a lot of safety cars in league racing. Red flag obviously turned off. No red flag during league racing. 4 drivers haven't pitted. Devo hasn't pitted on the mediums. Jeffer Boom has not pitted on the hard tyres. The Ferrari of Mandifa, who's currently under AI, has not pitted, but that doesn't really concern us. And Mustafa, who's currently leading the race, did very well during qualifying. Didn't pit as the safety car came out. It's not the fact that he missed the pit. He was through sector 2 when the safety car came out, so Mustafa had time to think about it through sector 2 and sector 3 if he wanted to pit or not. It was currently 2 laps to go that the safety car came out. Safety car will be coming in this lap, hopefully. He had the opportunity to pit, did not pit. Comagon behind him is going to be very quick on soft tyres. He's going to ride on board with this fight, but he's going to want to get past Mustafa as quick as he can and get use the tyre to an advantage, while Mustafa struggles. You can see him struggling already with his rear end. Safety car is going to come in this lap. Mustafa's going to set the pace for the grid. A lot of drivers eager to get ready to go. Mustafa warming up the tyres that are already completely worn out, completely shot around Cota. If I had to guess, his tyres would maybe be on maybe 35% right now. May I say hello to the 19 people watching EUT3. Here we go, come around the penultimate corner. When will Mustafa go? He hasn't gone yet. He's gone now. And Comagon has caught him. And Mustafa's looking very slow coming out the final corner. And Comagon's going to deploy a lot of battery, so is Mustafa, to try and keep Comagon behind. These three are very close to each other. Eden has not managed to stick with them very well. Not much fighting going behind Mandifa, of the AI. Going to be overtaken very quickly. As we watch King Shark and Comagon go side by side through sector 1. Nearly a bit of contact there, as they're both trying to also chase down Mustafa. Comagon really wanting to look past, to get past King Shark, but both drivers are looking eager to get past Mustafa. They're both slow behind. Very nice move from Comagon, which had to concede the position to King Shark. Nearly a bit of contact. King Shark bailed out of that one. Comagon is going to really want to get past Mustafa here. Mustafa currently on 81% ERS. Comagon on 79, going to want to get past. They're following each other down the track, and I've now invited Eden on the medium tyre to attack King Shaq. King Shaq's not going to be happy with that one, as he may maybe go down the inside. He's not going to risk that one. And King Shaq trying to go down the inside of Comagon. Mustafa's holding them behind me very nicely at the moment. Very good fighting between these front four. Eden has joined the fight, which I was quite surprised about, in all fairness, with the medium tyre. But he's doing well. Comagon is all over the back of Mustafa now. Maybe go down the inside of turn 18, round the outside of turn 19. Brilliant move from Mustafa. May I applaud you there. Mustafa looking very shaky. Mika now with a 3-second time penalty. Now it's time for King Shaq to get involved into the party. Comic-Con is now gone. DRS is now enabled. And he's going to go down the inside of turn 1, and that is Mustafa gone very deep, so that might invite Mustafa back into the fight, but that's now enabled Eden to swoop past both of them. And King Shaq not only overtaking Mustafa to take P2, he's lost a lot of position. Mustafa has made a bit of contact with King Shaq, and he's not going to be happy with that one. The soft tire did not work out for him very well. Dolowski is in the wall with front wing damage. It seems to be a safety car, and that is a safety car. Dolowski has moved out of the way of all the drivers. Mustafa seems to not have front wing damage. That was a contact between King Shaq and Mustafa. King Shaq seems to be okay. Front wing damage seems to be okay. Doesn't seem to have any front wing damage at the moment. Both Haas drivers seem to be okay with their front wing. Yep. Eden looking very good on this medium tide at the moment, but it's now allowed Jefferboom to pit if he wants to pit. Jefferboom, I presume, will be pitting the flap, getting rid of those hard tyres, maybe onto medium, unless he wants to run further. Devo will be pitting on 8 laps on medium. I presume Mustafa now will be pitting. Atorkal now speeding under the safety car. Has received a drive-through penalty. If we look at the penalties at the moment, Haroldinho currently on 6 seconds, Mika on 3 seconds, and Atorkal on a drive-through, and I think he has a couple of penalties as well. And we watch Mustafa come into the pit. He was looking very quick, but with the soft tyres and how slow he was going, contact was inevitable. Atorkal with another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Double stop from the Alpine, so not only has Mustafa lost a lot of time from the contact, which I don't think he got a front wing change. I don't think he actually damaged his front wing there, but he's pitted onto the medium tyres. Atorkal pitting onto the hard tyres. I think he got rid of a couple of time penalties there. Comic-Con has stayed out. Ton is now out for the drivers. Soft drivers. Soft tyres on for Comic-Con. His teammate's going to be in the best seat in the house at the moment on this medium tyre, which will potentially last to the end of the race. Not many drivers have pitted. Mustafa has gone onto the medium tyre. It will be very impressive to see Mustafa fight through the field again from P11 to get a podium spot. Will be very impressive from Mustafa. I think it might be inevitable that there might be another safety car. Let's read what the chat saying. What's the chat saying? Leo Coco had said he lost the car. It's very unfortunate from Leo Coco. So, whatever, we go back to the track. We have a couple of drivers still to be collected by the safety car. The last driver to be collected is Dolowski at the moment in the McLaren. Mandifa, I don't know why he would go to Mandifa. He's under AI, but Jefferboom still yet to pit on the hard tyres. He seems to really like the hard tyres. As we see Mandifa's AI coming to the pit, we also see an Alpine coming to the pit, and that's Mustafa come into the pit again. And he is changing his front wing. That is very unfortunate. I say that it's unfortunate. He's putting on hard tyres. I say that's unfortunate as there is a glitch in F1 23, which if you've damaged your front wing and pit on the same lap, sometimes it just generally just doesn't change your front wing. Even if you put it on yes or no or auto, it just won't change your front wing. So that is a glitch in the game, which I presume is what happened to Mustafa, hence why he pitted again. But he'll be able to catch up to safety car quite easily through sector 1 and sector 2. He's put on the hard compound and tyres with not many laps left to go, with 17 laps to go at the moment. Currently 12 laps in. It will be a comeback and a half, may I say, for the Alpine driver, who wasn't looking quick, but very unfortunate with the contact between him and King Shaq. But it's going to be an interesting fight. Will there be any team ordered with the half drivers through Comagon and Eden? Both drivers looking exceptionally quick, but Eden, surprisingly, looked quicker on the mediums, fresher than the soft being fresher, so we will see. Mustafa will be overtaking Mandifa's AI, inevitably. You only have one retirement at the moment, so a lot better than Asia. I think Asia had about 9 or 10 retirements. But as we ride on board with Eden, who's currently trailing his teammate on the soft tyre, who will have to pit again. I'll be very surprised if Comagon manages to make it 17 more laps, or may I say 16 more laps on the soft tyres. He's quite far behind his teammate, giving his teammate a lot of space. King Shaken tried to stick very close to the hat. He seems to have stuck very close to the hat at the moment. Devo has overtaken Coconut Head already. Oh, this, under AI, never mind, completely ignore me. Eden is quite far behind his teammate, but his teammate is going to have to pit again, so there's no point of Eden fighting his teammate. Try and give his teammate more space and more time to manoeuvre around the track, so that when he pits he had less work to do. King Shaq is going to want to get past Eden, because Eden is currently sat in provisionally first place at the moment until Comagon pits. Haroldinho still within DRS detection zone. Currently a fight between these lot of drivers. Jefferson still yet to pit on those hard tyres on 11 laps, but he's lost the DRS, but he's managed to gain it again. A lot of drivers ahead fighting. Eden catching up to his teammate significantly. Comagon not deploying anything at all, and Eden deploying a lot of ERS. Eden currently on 60% ERS, King Shaq on 70%. Haroldinho deployed a fair amount as well. Jefferson not deployed much either, and may I say, Jefferson looking very promising at the moment for a podium with those tyres. We see a lot of drivers move up and down as we watch Devo de Bosch go down the inside, and both have contact at turn 16-17. There's no safety car, but Devo de Bosch has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limits. It's going to be front wing damage for the Alpine, and I presume the Alfa Romeo has front wing damage as well. Yeah, the Alpine definitely had front wing damage if they're coming into the pit. 3 drivers coming into the pit. Torkel, who was looking very good throughout the start of the race, now not even likely to get any points at the moment. So very unfortunate from him, and go back to the front of the grid. Mandifa AI versus Coconut AI. Which AI will be better? And the Ferrari AI had beaten the Mercedes AI. Very nicely done. And we go back to the front of the grid. King Shaq, Eden and Comagon still fighting. Delosky has now joined the penalty gang with a 3-second time penalty. Haroldinho trailed quite far behind the 3 front runners. We watched Jeffer Boom not with any DRS open, currently behind Haroldinho with a slight advantage over Haroldinho at the moment. Mustafa has fought through the field a lot. Rear end looking very shaky once again. Got a purple middle sector. So he's looking very quick on this hard tyres at the moment. He's going to want to get past the slower drivers ahead, so he had a chance to regain his podium, but he knows that Haroldinho, King Shaq and Comagon are going to have to pit again. There's no point faulting too much smooth at the moment. Mustafa's looking very nice dodge from Mustafa, and we see the McLaren come into the pit. DRS is now enabled. Eden currently chasing down his teammate. Mustafa takes the fastest lap with a 1:37.955, and Jeffer Boom still very close behind Haroldinho, which won't be long until Mustafa joins that fight as well. Haroldinho trailing King Shaq by 2.6 seconds. King Shaq actually lost the DRS to the two Haas drivers ahead, but not sure if there's any team ordered, not sure if they're in a call together, but these Haas drivers are working very nicely together at the moment. King Shaq lost the DRS again, and that's going to invite Mustafa. Now got a 3-second time penalty, and he's going to have to do a very good race and win by a fair amount. As we ride a wall with Eden, DRS now open. Torkel now gained another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's got past his teammate with ease, and his teammate is not deploying any ERS at the moment. King Shaq currently 2 seconds behind, 1.8 seconds now to Comagon. Comagon not deploying any ERS, and he knows he has to pit again. Just about 14 laps remaining of this race, currently lap 15. Comagon gonna find it slightly difficult to stick with his teammate on the medium. Not sure how long Comagon is gonna run on this soft tire. Maybe he comes in this lap. He's not gonna come in this lap yet. King Shaq is still behind Mustafa now. Not far behind, hunting down the leading pack. Delofsky is another driver with DRS. As we say, the man hunting down the leading pack with a 1:37.264 fastest lap. It's improving lap by lap with a DRS advantage. He's now hunting down King Shaq. He's trying to take the King off his name and just turn him into Shaq. He's going to be King Mustafa in a second. If you watch him go round sector 1, maybe around the outside of, he's not going to go that bold. He knows that his tyre's going to last to the end of the race. You know, King Shaq is very shaky at the moment on the soft tyre. He's deploying a lot of VRS. King Shaq currently on 32, Mustafa currently on 33. He's not going to make the move here going into turn 11. He's going to have the DRS advantage on the Aston Martin coming down the back straight. It's not going to be really much of a fight between Mustafa and King Shaq, but as we watch Mustafa breathe past King Shaq, Comagon has now lost the DRS to King Shaq. Jeffer Boom still hunting down Haroldinho. Both drivers yet to pit. Delofsky currently trailing behind Jeffer Boom. I'm not sure if Jeffer Boom might maybe go to the end of the race. It'll be more impressive more than anything, but Mustafa has now got within DRS range of Comagon. Comagon still yet to pit. He's looking very shaky coming around turn 18. He's looking very shaky coming out the final corner. He's decided to pit. He has decided to pit, which means Mustafa now gets the DRS from Comagon, but fought through the field very quickly. 2-second gap at the moment to Eden, who's currently on the medium compactor tyre. 5 lap older tyre on Eden, and we rideable with Jeffer Boom, who has been doing very well on the hard tyres. 15 lap old, currently in 5th place at the moment. Delofsky looking very shaky on this hard tyres ahead, and a very nice, potentially down the inside, and then contact with the Red Bull and the McLaren. Jeffer Boom gets a penalty for, I'm not sure if that was contact or track limit. Comagon just got a penalty. A lot of drivers joining the penalty gang this race, and Mustafa has now got within the DRS range. He does not have DRS this lap, but he's heavily catching Eden very quickly. Torkel might be going for the world record of penalty. He's currently on 14 seconds, and he's done a drive-through. I I'm more impressed than anything. But there's only one fight going on at the moment, and that is Mustafa chasing down Eden. And even if Mustafa does overtake Eden, if Eden stayed clean around the track, Mustafa is going to have to beat Eden by just over 3 seconds, and Mustafa has currently got a 3-second time penalty, and potentially maybe more if there's still many laps left of the session, as he goes down the inside of the start-finish straight of the hash. We're going to ride above the hash. Is it going to be a switchback from Eden? Very nicely done from Mustafa, but Eden's looking very quick coming out, and Mustafa has taken the lead just like that, and it's the only fight going on at the moment. King Shaq has now bailed into the pit with the Atorkal retire on track. If that is not a feasible retirement, then that might be a quality balance. We see the McLaren looking very quick with the tyres already up into temperature, getting past the Aston Martin. King Shaq just coming out of the pit. The tyre's going to be very cold coming out of the pit, but Kevino looking very quick coming through to 1 at the moment. A tiny bit of lag, nearly a brake check there from the McLaren, but King Shaq's not going to give that one up very easily. Going to have DRS coming down this back straight. Jeffer Boom currently also trying to fight with Comagon, but King Shaq currently a 3-way fight for P6. King Shaq currently on 37% ERS. He's going to go down the inside or down the outside. He's been given the inside by the McLaren, and he's got the move done very nicely with a beautiful dive bomb, may I say. And it's Ronaldinho now chasing down the McLaren. We can see the Aston Martin tyres are now up to temperature, and he's going to be chasing down back that podium position that he had to concede with the soft tyres. Eden has now come into the pit, and so has Noloski. So will he be putting on the soft compounded tyres? And he is going to put on the soft compounded tyres onto Eden's car. Eden is going to be very, very quick through these last 10 laps of the race. Comagon, his teammate, now got past him on the medium tyres. He's currently trailing behind Mustafa quite significantly at the moment. And King Shaq is now right behind Eden, who's going to be slower than him at the moment, but in the long run, in 5-6 lap time, King Shaq's medium tyre will be significantly better than Eden. Eden looking very shaky at the moment with the cold tyres of the soft, but he's going to want to get those tyres warmed up as soon as possible to try and catch up to his teammates. Currently 17.4 second gap from second place to first place. Ronaldinho now gets another 3-second time penalty. Penalty wide, we have Ronaldinho on 9 seconds. Atorkal has DNF'd from the race. Devo with 3 seconds, Mika with 3 seconds, Noloski, Zephyr Boom, Comagon and Mustafa all on 3 seconds as well. Pit stop wide, Devo has done 4 pit stops, Mantifa only done 1 pit stop, currently controlled by the AI. Noloski under 3, and the top 7 all on 2 pit stops, bar Zephyr Boom. Zephyr Boom pitted at near the beginning of the race for a little bit of contact. I think he had to change the front wing as well, but currently 17 laps and on the hard compounded tyres. Eden chasing him through, and as we say that, Zephyr Boom does come into the pit to get rid of those hard tyres. Eden now has to DRS. Comagon is catching 1 second last lap improvement to Mustafa. Eden also currently a 5.1 second gap, going to be improving significantly to his teammate as well. King Shaq is losing time to Eden now. The soft tyres are wearing in. 9 laps remaining of this race. Currently lap 20 out of 28. We currently have 12 drives remain in this race at the moment. Not much information fight going on to produce you with. King Shaq currently chasing down Eden. Comagon currently chasing down Mustafa, who's also improved another second to Mustafa at the moment. Mustafa currently on 33% ERS. Comagon currently on 53% ERS. and Eden have deployed everything currently on Nero. These three are currently the three that round off the podium position at the moment. But King Shark can be hunting down Hack, looking very good at the moment. McLaren also looking very good and currently 5th and 6th. Mercedes, nearly both Mercedes in the point. One Ferrari out the race, one Alpine in 3rd, the other one in 12th. Comagon is still catching up to Mustafa significantly, but I'm not sure if he's going to have enough lap to catch up to Mustafa. Eden is currently catching up to teammate quite a lot, and he's pulling a gap to King Shaq behind, who's not going to be happy with that, but Eden has currently deployed a lot of his ERS, so King Shaq is going to have a huge speed advantage coming out of corners and through the straight with the ERS. Currently a 2-second gap from King Shaq to Eden, which will be the last spot on the podium, unless they can both catch up to Comagon, who seem to be catching up to Mustafa very quickly. 2 laps to go, I said. 17.4 second gap to Mustafa at the moment, and Comagon now reduced that gap to 14 seconds, so a 3-second gap improvement to P1 at the moment. So Comagon looking very quick. Eden also looking very quick. Both Haskins looking exceptionally quick. Not much other fight going on at the moment. Both McLaren are together. Dolofsky currently catching up to a teammate of Gavino. Not sure if they have any team ordered, but I'm sure they don't want to cause any contacts or anything, because McLaren can get very good points here in comparison to any other team. Mustafa currently on 38% ERS. Tired and not looking good for him. Comagon on a huge ERS advantage on Mustafa, may I say. So if it comes to a fight between these two, Comagon looking very quick, 6 lap pressure tyre and on the faster compounder tyre compared to Mustafa. Eden currently on 2% ERS, deployed a lot, and on the faster compounder tyre, catching up ever so slightly to his teammate. Was a 5.4 second gap, 3 laps to go. It's only improved 1 second in 3 laps, so not looking good for him. Comagon, 7 laps remaining to catch up to Mustafa, looking very close at the moment. Kevino has now caught up, no he hasn't. Dolofsky has now overtaken his teammate. King Shaq has now just got another penalty. No, joined the penalty group, actually. So, Kevino currently, if he sticks with his teammate, at the moment, he will jump up to P5 anyway, with his teammate dropping down to P6 with a penalty. Penalty-wise, Mustafa's on 3 seconds, Comagon is on 3 seconds. So, if Eden can stay within 3 seconds of his teammate, he will automatically go up to P2 if he doesn't get a penalty himself. Not many drivers are close enough to cause another safety car, so it's all now dependent on the driver for the track. As we round off, Eden coming round sector 3 now, the long right-hander. Currently a 3.4 second gap from Eden to his teammate of Comagon, and Comagon currently a 13.5 second gap to Mustafa, who seems to be levelling out time slightly now. Isn't improving that much. He's now deploying a lot of ERS to try and catch up. He now had 6 laps to catch up. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 laps to now catch up to Mustafa, but he's not looking that quick anymore. But however, his teammate is, and he closed the gap to below 3 seconds to Comagon. So as it stands, Comagon currently dropped to P3 and Eden increasing up to P2. As we see Cavino coming to the pit for new soft tyres. He's going to get sent out into open air. Jefferboom will be ahead of him by about 12 seconds. 12 seconds in 6 laps is doable. maybe not if you give yourself another penalty cut, but actually I say that, you only have to improve by 9 seconds. You have a 3-second penalty gap for Boone. So if he decreases the gap to 3 seconds, then he will go up to P6 again. Seems to be worn up and tired, so maybe potentially going for the fastest lap at the moment. Eden has significantly now decreased the time to his teammate, and his teammate has not managed to improve his lap time good enough to catch up to Mustafa. Mustafa's currently on 51% DRS and seems to be leading the race very comfortably. The two have paired currently in P2 and P3. King Shaq currently trailing behind Eden by 3 seconds, not that it mattered. Mandiford currently 9 seconds behind 10th. Mandiford and Coconut Head are currently AI drivers, so they get in the point or not, their point will be invalidated. Not much fight going on at the moment, so I will just have a quick look at the track. Yeah, indeed, the hat is on smoke. Hat is looking very good at the moment. To be honest, not much to talk about right now. Not many drivers that close. Komagon has lost more time to Mustafa, so Mustafa seems to be comfortably leading this race by a long way. Now on to lap 25, 4 laps remaining of this Cota the American Grand Prix of DRL Driven Racing League Tier 3 Race 1. It's a wide range of talent at the moment. I know we have Craig, one of the co-owners of DRL, is coaching Dartling. If I could let you know which one that is, I would, apart from I have no idea who that is. But I know he is here coaching him through. Dartling joined the server. The Alfa Romeo, which one's that? This one here. This one here, this is Dartling. Doing quite well actually. They are P8. So Craig coaching him very well. Dartling joined the server with not that great of a time trial. We couldn't really put him into a tier, as he was too slow at the moment, at the time, but Craig said he was going to teach him and coach him a bit, and he's done very well here in Tier 3. Managed to secure himself P8 at the moment with a 3.6 second gap to the car behind. So very good from him. And we go back to Eden, who now reduced the 3 second gap to his teammate. So he's going to currently jump his teammate, and both of these hatch drivers look very good at the moment for the rest of the season. If they keep consistent like this for 2 and 3 and double podium points throughout the season, they are looking very good in the Construction Championship. Mustafa's looking very dominant in Tier 3. In the Alpine, currently a 16 now a 16.2 second gap to Komagon. Wesley is also here, who, when he joined, wasn't looking that quick, but we gave him a chance and the opportunity. Bless him, he improved his lap times, he's done very well. Not sure which one he is actually either, in all fairness. Tonight, if you could let me know which one Wesley is. if you're still watching. That would be brilliant. Leo, in all fairness to Leo, he did have a very good, he did send through Wesley is not racing today, oh, my bad. No, in all fairness to Leo, he did have very good lap time for P1. P1 may I say, Tier 1. But he wanted to try out medium traction control or no traction control. We saw him in reserve for Tier 1 race. We could definitely tell he was on medium traction control. I can tell you that, you could definitely tell he was on medium or no traction control. Not too sure how we got on yesterday. As I did go bowling. Oh, and we see a fight going on. Mika currently trying to get past Haroldinho. Not sure how the penalties are in relation to this. Mika will get the position over Haroldinho anyway. But right involved with this fight. Eden is still right behind his teammate. As we come around the nearly final lap, Mika looking very shaky. He will get the position over Haroldinho unless he loses about 10 seconds. Eden is currently chasing down his teammate to try and stay within the 3-second gap, but he also doesn't want to get another time penalty. Mustafa has now bridged the gap to 17.6 seconds to Comagon. With another time penalty, so that takes him to a 12-second penalty. Only 4 drivers to stay clear of a penalty. We have now started the final lap. Mustafa now has started the final lap. If we look at position changes, the top 4 have stayed identical. Talowski has improved to 3 positions from P8 to P5. Jefferboom has lost 1 position from P5 to P6. Kevin improved from Kevino has improved from P11 to P7. Haroldinho down 1 position. Mika up 3 positions. Devo down 1 position. Mandifa and Coconut is irrelevant because they are under AI control. As we say that, Eden has lost his 3-second advantage to his teammate, which is not very good. If he wants to get that second place, they're both going to get into the podium spot, but I'm sure Eden would like to get those extra 3 points on his teammate on Comagon. Deploying all of his ERS. Comagon also has no ERS. Mustafa now coming into sector 3, 19-second gap to P2. Has absolutely dominated Tier 3, may I say. Very good from Mustafa, and he heavily braked coming around the final corner and make a brilliant drive from the Alpine. And Mustafa takes the checkered flag by a pure dominance of 19 seconds on the hard tyres of 17 laps, as we watch Comagon coming around the final corner, and his teammate had not managed to reduce the time to 3 seconds. With only 3.9, so the 2 half drivers round off the podium with King Shaq not too far behind in P4. Talowski coming around the final corner now in P5. Jefferboom did a mighty stint on the hard tyres into P6, and Kevino, the other McLaren. McLaren seemed to do very well today, but Hack did even better, may I say. Kevino now coming round the final corner to round off P7. Haroldinho just starting to come round turn 16 and 17 of the long right-hander through sector 3. Brilliant drive in all fairness from everyone, but Mete, brilliant fighting between Mustafa, Comagon, Eden and King Shaq. Very unfortunate between the contact between them. Haroldinho round off P8 with Mika not far behind in P9. That might have been a photo finish. I'm not sure who actually finished ahead there. Mika actually took P8, not P9. Haroldinho with a large time penalty of 12 seconds. We'll see the grid in just one moment and see the podium of the two Haas drivers and the Alpine. Alpine of Mustafa dominated the race. Big props to him. And we see the two Haas drivers either side. So very good racing from everyone. Haroldinho does manage to stay in the point. May I say, just barely. Just managing to clutch 1 point. Devo in P9, Mika P8, Kevino P7, and Mustafa gets the fastest lap with a 1:37.264 and takes victory of the first ever race in Tier 3. Komagon and Eden round off the podium. King Shaq in P4, Deloski in P5. And the retirees, we have Leo H. Corcal and two AI drivers of the Ferrari and Cota ahead. So that is EU Tier 3. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and we will see you, I will see you, as a matter of fact, on Saturday if you are interested for Asia Tier 1 race number 2, and hopefully there'll be a lot less DNF, so we will see you then. Thank you.